Okay, the plan is to change those bolts to studs on a 2016 Newmar base Sport. Got all the assembled Loctite JB weld if one of us really bunged up, and $40 worth of Swedish washers, two different sizes. I'm following SLS on an IRV newsletter, and he changed his. He got these 5/16 set screws, which he screwed in and made studs out of. And I then found out that mine are 3/8. Yeah. All right. So I took all that stuff back, reordered, got everything in 3/8. So you might want to check that before you start. And serrated flange nuts. And here we go. All right. So tools you'll need: 1/2-inch breaker bar with a cheater. Yep, that'll work. And then this is another cheater. 2 torque wrenches, 1 3/8, 1 1/2-inch, and a 1/2-inch crow's foot, 1.5 inch, crow's foot, to get the trans torque nut off. The last time I did it, it was a bear, but because I took it off about 2 months ago, this time it wasn't so bad. All right, I'm getting these 3/8 bolts out. The one at the top, we need a little extension there to get at it. To ratchet these all the way out because I put Loctite on them. And of course, that didn't work. Problem is they have these little split washers which don't work real well. So the plan is get this last one out, and I should be able to slide this motor back on this shaft here, install the studs, etc. back in. That's what the book says. Alright, so there's bolt holes. Just too much movement. Anyway, let's move on. Get these babies installed. Alright. So some modifications are always necessary. So got the last ones in. So 4 studs installed, and then using these as and locking it down with the 9/16 as a jam nut against this whole thing with Loctite. So with the variation going from 5/16 to 3/8. Of course, everything else, everything got a little bit bigger. And SLS had lock washer, nut, flange nut, lock washer, metal bracket, lock washer, nut. Yeah, with everything getting bigger, I don't have room for that. So I abandoned the small lock washer there, and just with a jam nut Loctite situation, I think it's going to be good. And so I had to rotate the motor over to get access to everything. Hey, hello. There we go. There we are. So there, everybody's happy now. All right. So now I'm going to install that thing in there, and I'll get back with you. All right. First, we go with the 1/2-inch ratchet. As go as tight as you can. Needless to say, don't tighten these guys up till you're done tightening that one up. That would be trouble. That would be bad. All right. One of the close to final acts is done with the trans torque nut torque, which needs to be 145 pounds of just plain fun, I tell you. Well, okay, is that true? Well, that didn't work. It's set for 120 currently, so you can kind of sneak up on it a little bit. Let's hope. Yes, that's where the cheater comes in. Yeah, baby. All right. See if we can go for it. So, if you don't like to see a torque wrench abused, you should turn away. Otherwise, it's happening. Now that is a good sound. It's also important to wear ridiculous looking glasses when you're working on these things. But the real reason is these, because of the bifocal qualities, you have to crank your head back so far to be able to see what you're doing. And it's got some cheaters from the pharmacy, and it allows me to see this without having to go to the chiropractor. All right, trans torque nut is set at 145, and these new studs, which I really like. I like the jam nut and the Swedish washers. It really floats my boat. And I torque those suckers to 20. And I'm not afraid to go in higher if need be. I'm going to put some nail polish across here and see if they move. If they don't move, I'm happy. If they do move, I'm going to torque them even tighter. So there you go. Now all I got to do is the other one. Good luck with yours.